Good day everyone, welcome back to Clean Cut EDC. Today we're taking a look at the Kizer Domin. Yes, this thing is next level. For a couple of months we've had this guy now and it's been, I don't know how it happened, but it's a sneaky knife. It slipped through the cracks and we've done the first impressions, we've done the unboxing, but we haven't done the review yet. And I've actually had it in the pocket. I thought I did the review already. But yeah, I became busy doing some Spyderco reviews, doing some Pickled Steel reviews, and just somehow lost focus on doing a review on this guy. The Kizer Domin, man, I have to say, probably in my top 10 all-time favorite knives, especially in the realm of budget knives. If I'm gonna push it, I'm gonna say maybe even in the realm of budget to mid-range knives, right? This thing is really good. I love Kizer, I love the knives, I love the company. They provide quality products for an affordable price. Not maybe as affordable as Pickled Steel, but they are on par in the sense of with their building quality and just the overall quality of the knife itself. As well as material wise. So let's run this knife through and see what we've got. I've had the Kizer Redstone original in pocket for a long time. This guy I actually really struggled to put down. This is the knife that has proved to me that a small to medium sized knife can be a hard worker, right? The guy I got it from, he claimed that the Kizer original is the bug out killer, and I would definitely agree with that. I think this is just an absolute winner of a knife. There's nothing wrong with this thing. It's got reach light scales which make it super light, so it's basically it's perfect in pocket. This style, handle shape and profile, it's perfect in pocket. This weight is perfect in pocket, but then you get it out and it just works, man. It's like a Jack Russell, you know. I don't know if other countries have Jack Russells, but we've got a Jack Russell, and it's this small dogs, but they are, yeah, man. They would hunt with you. They would do anything. They would like play. They would go crazy. They will take on Rottweilers and whatever the case might be. And this is what this knife tells me. It's fantastic, right? And I've used it everything from prying open paint cans to scratching off paint from tiles to cutting up fan belts. This is officially my mechanic knife. I use it to cut the wires, cut pipes, cut fan belts. You know, those fan belts has got metal fibers in it, and just this thing just goes through that fan belt like butter, right? It's fantastic. And the Kizer Domin, it's got the same blade steel, got a very similar handle profile, definitely a different blade shape, and I haven't used it as much, but the times that I've had it in pocket, it's been terrific. It's been like just amazing. So fantastic knife. Let's talk about this guy. Let's do some knife size comparison. So we've got the PM2 here, and this is our custom PM2 that we did a video on like a couple of weeks back. We've got the Pickled Steel Warhawk, which is freaking next level. And what I really like about these knives, right, that I'm showing you right now, is the fact that they don't have a flipper tab, similar to the Domin, which means that you can utilize that edge more on a flat surface. The Warhawk, you can utilize the full edge on a flat surface without anything getting in the way. So sometimes I definitely like it when there's a flipper delete happening. So the Domin, no flipper, only thumbstuds, and they work very well. We're going to talk more about that later. Let's check it against the Kizer Redstone original and against the Spyderco Delica, and you'll see that it is bigger than both of these, making it more along the lines of a medium to large size knife. However, it's not truly a large size knife, because here we've got the Honey Badger, which I love, a large Honey Badger large Tanto, which is definitely about 2 centimeters longer than our Kizer Domin. Now, this is the knife I think it competes with the most. So, with regards to just design-wise, and it is the QSP Penguin. We've also done the a DIY stonewash and acid etch on this knife, which you guys should definitely check out. We did it at the same time as we did the stonewash and acid etch on the Honey Badger flipper. So yeah, against the Para Military 3, it's still a bit longer. So it's almost between the PM2 and the Para 3. So very nice shape and very nice size knife. So really love this thing. Let's do some weight comparisons here. I believe that this knife, I don't know if it was made to compete with the QSP Penguin, but it definitely does, and we're going to talk more about that later. So we've got at just want to get it perfectly centered, 92 grams. Yes, 92 grams. Let's do our Penguin just to double check here. 93 grams. So the Domin is actually a little bit longer than the Penguin, yet it's weighing a bit less. The weight of our PM2, which is a custom, is 106. So you're saving about 10 grams in pocket, which is nothing. I'm just pointing out, the difference between it being just a bit below a large size knife. It will give you all the benefits that a large knife will give you, but also will also give you a little bit of a drop in weight and maybe a bit more pocket comfort. So let's just look at it with regards to pocket comfort. We've got the Delica here, which is probably as the smallest profile out of the 3 different Spydercos I've got here, and it's great in pocket, the Delica, right? It's fantastic. However, the pocket profile is still a bit larger than that of the Domin. Even if we take a look at something like the Penguin here, the profile is a lot larger, or not a lot, but it's a bit larger than that of the Domin. So the Domin is going to be better than the Delica and the Penguin, which are considered fantastic EDC knives and fantastic pocket carry knives, and it's going to be even better than that. So this is really a fantastic carry in pocket. Guys, let's run this knife through from blade to handle. We've got a sheepsfoot blade. It is not a reverse tanto, it's a true sheepsfoot blade. We've got some switching here, which allows for some reinforcement to that tip. The tip is fine enough, so you can use that tip for fine cutting tasks as you need. It's not going to be the strongest tip in the world, not as strong as maybe the tip on the Penguin, but it's fine, and it will hold up just okay. We also have a hollow grind here on the blade itself. So we've got a hollow grind there, and it's fantastic. Makes it super slicey. Let me just get a piece of paper. So here we just have a little piece of paper, so you can see it is super duper slicey, right? Very nice, that hollow grind. Definitely love that. Good utility knife, good utility blade shape. Push cuts, get a lot of control over the tip here. When you cut line, it's nice because it doesn't roll like with a flipper, or not a flipper, a drop point blade shape, right? Standard blade shape. So that's very nice. Also, when cutting maybe some cable ties, this will be very good. Yeah, as well as food prep, it will do the job okay. I think if the blade profile was a little bit bigger this way, it would be even better, as with like the Warhawk. But that's not necessarily what it was designed for. It was designed to just be a all-rounder EDC knife, and that is what it does. The designer is Azo, and the knife is part of the Vanguard series, which is more along the lines of the budget range for Kizer, but performs well above your basic budget knives, right? Azo has done many designs for Kizer, and he does a good job, very good job. So terrific blade design. We've got 154 cm. Kizer does it the best, right? I don't care who you are, I will fight you on this. Kizer does the best 154 cm heat treat in the knife game. It is like their specialty. The other part that is their specialty is their action, right? They do a fantastic action. I've only experienced one Kizer that didn't have like a perfect action, right? It was still a good action, but it wasn't perfect. However, all the other Kizers I've held and worked with was perfect with regards to action. So definitely fantastic in that regard. 154 cm is a very good blade steel. I would say it is, yeah, it's terrific. It's not necessarily the most premium steel, but it's a fantastic steel. I would prefer 154 cm over S30V. So yeah, whatever that may mean to you, that is how I feel. It's good with regards to edge retention, it's good with regards to corrosion resistance, and it's nice and tough. It gives you a little bit more edge retention than 14C28N, but it's actually very similar in its, not in its material, but in its quality, so in its attributes, I would say, which I love, because I love 14C28N, so therefore I love 154 cm even more. Now, what I found terrific about the Domin is the jumping on the blade itself. We've got jumping extending way past what we usually see on knives, right? This is the usual jumping that we see. Let me just get a, let's use our honey badger. So there's some jumping there, and that's where it ends, right? So when you hold it, you have to sort of shift your hand down so that your thumb can rest on the jumping itself, which is not a problem, but sometimes I want to choke up a little bit. I want to move my hand forward, for some push cuts or whatever the case might be, and or carving or whatever. And I'm missing that jumping completely there. So it's not helping me in all regards. Whereas this give me jumping everywhere. So everywhere my thumb can land on this blade in just a normal hold of the knife, I'm going to have some traction. I'm going to have some jumping. And it's not the best jumping in the world, unfortunately. It's a little bit too rounded. They could have made it a bit more aggressive, but it does give you traction. It gives you more traction than you would have without it. So I'm definitely grateful for that. And I do wish that more knife companies would do that. There's no reason other than saving on the production cost to do that. So do not do it, right? It's not going to affect the performance. It's not going to affect anything. It's just going to give you more traction. And therefore, I think, why not just do it, right? Now, this blade, it actually does run on ball bearings, and the deployment is done through the dual thumbstuds, which is perfectly placed, as can be expected from such a fantastic designer. The thumbstuds are completely out of the way. So usually, or sometimes companies would put the thumbstuds there where the Kizer logo is now, which is behind the edge. And therefore, when material gets cut, it can get caught up on the thumbstud itself. But putting it back here, far below the edge, it's fantastic. It's good because it's not going to get hung up. It's out of the way. It's out of the way when sharpening as well. So it's perfectly placed, right? And it also just fits a lot better into the design and the overall look of the knife being placed where it's actually at. The access to it is phenomenal. We've got some contouring here at the scales that allows you to really access that thumbstud and launch this knife forward. It's got a perfect detent dialed into perfection for the deployment. Can do a perfect reverse flick on this knife. It goes, right? It doesn't take that much power to overcome the detent, but when it goes, it flies. It's fantastic, and it also just drops shut completely. It is terrific. Look at that. That is ridiculous, people. I mean, that's just smooth as silk. We've got some gray micarta scales, and they're very comfortable, offers great grip, takes a good character after a while. We can switch over our pocket clip, right or left, tip up, carry, and it's great. It's definitely a knife that you can operate left-handed. As you guys can see, I'm stupid with my left hand, and this is working out great. So there's that for what it may be worth. You get some extra screws in your package, so I just used it to fill the holes because I hate it when there's holes like, now believe it or not, but yeah, on the Para 3, there's just these random holes, and I can't stand it. It's terrible. So I filled my holes just to make it look a little bit more complete and clean, which I love. Deep carry pocket clip, very nice pocket clip, good retention. It is also coated, and looks very well. It's gonna be sitting on the scales itself. It's not inset into the scales. This is not a new knife, and with recent years, people have complained about the pocket clip sitting on the scales, and they wanted to sit in the scales, and therefore Kizer are now doing it that way as well. So you can see here with the Redstone original, the pocket clip is sitting in the scales, right? So that is how the recent models will be, but with regards to these, you're not going to have that. Yes, we've got some very nice stainless steel blacked out liners that are actually protruding and are framing the micarta scales, which means that it almost makes it look a little bit like an inlay. Yeah, so it looks pretty good. It's awesome. I really enjoy that. Flow through construction, easy to keep clean. We've got milling on the inside, so skeletonization on the inside of the liners, which is great too. Standoffs provide some extra support and reduces the flex of the knife. I actually get a lot less flex on this than something like the Honey Badger, which is just full of flex, right? And what I find very interesting with regards to this knife is the stop pin is actually built into the blade, and it runs within that track. So you can maybe see, there goes the stop pin, runs within that track, and this allows for some great stability within the blade itself. Side to side, back and forth, offers fantastic stability within the blade because it's not an external or separate part. It's part of the blade, and therefore locks it in just super well. Really enjoy that. The neutral shape of the handles allows for average comfort and ergonomics, and therefore it fits your hand well. It's good ergonomic wise. It's fantastic, right? It's not a 10 out of 10. It's not super good. It's okay. It's average in a sense. There's no hot spots. There's nothing to complain about. But it's not like you're feeling, oh my word, this is so comfortable. It's nothing like that. It's just basic. And it is the safe way to play it, because this way every hand size is going to be comfortable holding this. Whereas something like this, yeah, it's going to be comfortable as hell. But if your hands are smaller or bigger, or your fingers are thicker than mine, then maybe there is a chance that this is going to catch you and you're going to have some other hotspots to worry about, or whatever the case may be. So this is just, it's very, very nice, very comfortable in hand. I'm not saying the Warthog is not, I'm saying just that this is the safe way to play it. And it is about a 7 out of 10 with regards to ergonomics, of 10 being the best you've ever experienced, right? So yes, so that is our Kizer Domin, guys. Definitely highly recommend this knife. I can't recommend it enough. I can't recommend Kizers enough. This is absolutely wonderful. Just a fantastic, fantastic knife. Pick up a Kizer Domin, guys. You won't regret it. And have a knife day. And remember that no knife means no life.